Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Connected Church News for leaders of nonprofits, churches, and faith based organizations. I'm Nachi Lazarus, and this week we have news from Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, and a global digital report that points us to the coming trends in the digital and social media space. This is a show where we bring you the top 5 news you need to know for this week in less than 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first big news of this week is from WhatsApp. WhatsApp announced last week that they have hit the 2 billion users mark, and this firms up WhatsApp's position as the world's #1 messaging app. The consistent growth that WhatsApp and in fact every other private messaging app has seen goes on to show how private media or the private messaging conversation space is becoming an important medium or a media that you need to consider for growing your nonprofit or your ministry. Whether you're trying to reach a niche audience, a very focused group of people, or you're trying to reach a global audience, private messaging strategy is going to be playing a very important role in 2020 and beyond. Our next news is about YouTube. YouTube seems to be testing a new monetization feature that could help its creators earn more revenue for their videos. And this feature is called viewer applause, which is basically clapping for a video. You look at a video, if you like it, you can add a clapping animation. People will be able to purchase this clapping animation and place it over the video that they choose to support. Now, this is a feature that's already popular in platforms like Twitch, so YouTube seems to be adopting that. YouTube has been saying that they are testing out different or alternate monetization methods to help their creators earn more revenue. This feature is currently being tested in a few markets like United States, Australia, Brazil, India, and after the test it should roll out globally, and as of now it's available only on the desktop. Our next news is about Instagram. Last week, February 11th, was the world's Safer Internet Day. And to mark that day, Instagram made series of announcements about how they have made their platform safer and the steps they are taking towards that. And I wanted to pick two things that I wanted to bring to your notice from that announcement. First is they have come up with a streamlined, transparent process for people who are reporting content on Instagram. So if someone reported, now they can go to a section called support requests inside Instagram that will tell people what the status of their report is and what action has been taken. And if they don't agree with that action, they can actually submit it for review again. And the second thing which you might want to pay attention to is the disabled accounts. So if at all an account is disabled, earlier they had to go through Instagram Help Center to revoke it and all that. Now there is an in-app option that is coming where people can request for a review of that decision and appeal that decision to get their account back. Our next news is about Facebook. Facebook's new product experimentation team has come up with a new app called Hobby, HOBBI, which is a photo and a video sharing app that has been designed to help people organize and document their personal projects and hobbies. So if you're interested in cooking or arts or cars or something like that, you can organize your images and videos based on what your hobbies are. Now that sounds a lot like Pinterest, so it'll be interesting to see how this new app performs in the app stores. Our final news of this week is a big one about a global digital report that is published by Hootsuite. This particular report is a very popular report among industry professionals, and it carries a lot of statistics and it's a very detailed report. Now Hootsuite has released an updated version for the year 2020, and this report has some very interesting statistics and shows how significant social media is becoming. It says 4.5 billion internet users are there around the world, and out of that 4.5 billion, 3.8 billion are social media users. And the report also says that 1/3 of the total time that people spend on the internet is on social media. And there are lots and lots of statistics that you can dig into. In fact, the report has details for multiple countries. more than 200 countries. So I will link to it in the show notes. Do check it out, because as leaders of nonprofits and ministries, it's important for us to stay on top of trends, and that too current trends. So do check it out. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to dig deeper into any of the stories that I talked about, we've got all the source links and the details in our news page, nachilazarus.com/news. Do check it out. I will see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, you stay connected and stay blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.